So Chelsea fans, one thing we will have is a lot of caution against Ajax. But why? Will the game be as we think it will be? That's what we're going to discuss today. Welcome to the Chelsea against Ajax Champions League preview. First of all, we have to talk about the Tuesday night results. It was as if the art of defensive football simply ceased to exist across the continent. This wasn't just a few high-scoring games. This was a systemic breakdown that resulted in some truly outrageous scorelines. Think about it. PSG netting 7, Barcelona hitting 6, and perhaps the most telling result of all, Atletico Madrid, the titans of disciplined defending under Simeone, were dismantled 4-0. When the most stubborn defense in Europe caves, it sends a clear message to every other team playing this week. What this means for Chelsea is twofold. First, it dictates our mindset. Anything less than a significant win is a failure. This Ajax team is struggling. They've been porous and disorganized. Second, it confirms the vulnerability of top-level European defenses right now. We need to be ruthless. We must match that intensity and use the chaos to our advantage. If we score early, there is every chance this game could spiral into a high-scoring rout. The biggest tactical headache for Maresca this week comes in the centre-forward position. With the unfortunately suspended João Pedro out following that reckless red card, our options are razor-thin. Maresca has briefly mentioned Tariq George as a possibility, but let's be honest, this is a Champions League stage, and the responsibility falls squarely on Marc Guiu's shoulders. Guiu, who was recalled late to the squad, has impressed with his tenacity. He is an absolutely tireless runner and an aggressive presser, which is exactly what Maresca's system demands from the number 9. This is Guiu's golden ticket, his chance to establish himself as a genuine option when the other forwards return. Maresca's past faith in him during the Conference League should give us confidence, but the pressure here is immense. He must deliver hold-up play, movement, and crucially, finish the chances that our talented wingers will create. Now let's talk about the news that stunned all of us: the update on Liam Delap's recovery. For months, we've resigned ourselves to a long-term absence, likely stretching into late December or even beyond. Yet, Maresca revealed that Delap is very close to joining training in the coming days. This is a monumental shift from the initial prognosis. It validates the quality of our medical staff and, more importantly, Delap's dedication. While he won't be available tomorrow, this unexpected accelerated recovery is the ultimate boost for the squad. It means we don't have to panic in January and we have a high-potential striker returning. Let's not be blinded by the name. This is not the Ajax of the 90s, or even the youthful side of a few years ago. This team is undergoing structural turmoil and are currently vulnerable on all fronts. Domestically, they are languishing, and their Champions League campaign is already a disaster. 0 points, 0 goals scored, and 6 goals conceded after 2 matches. Their recent 4-0 thrashing in Europe is particularly damning. Tactically, the manager, John Heitinger, prefers the traditional 4-3-3, which emphasizes possession. However, their execution is flawed. When they commit their fullbacks high up the pitch, as is the Ajax DNA, they leave enormous gaps on the flanks in transition. Furthermore, their back line lacks the pace and organization required to deal with direct, vertical attacks, the exact kind of attack our wide players thrive on. Chelsea's focus must be on exploiting the wings. We need our fullbacks and wingers to generate numerical superiority in the wide areas, isolate their centre-backs, and then use the pace of Guiu or the creative passing of our midfield to exploit the resultant central gaps. This is a game where control is less important than decisive, penetrating speed. Maresca has the challenging task of managing minutes with a crucial Premier League match against Sunderland looming. We need to win tomorrow, but we cannot afford to break our key players in the process. The most delicate balance is in the engine room. Moises Caicedo is indispensable for establishing control. He must start. However, he also needs protection. The plan here should be precise. Caicedo starts to ensure dominance, but he is preemptively hooked around the 60th minute. This provides the perfect opportunity to bring on Romeo Lavia. Lavia urgently needs match fitness, and a Champions League appearance even for 30 minutes in a winning position is invaluable for getting him back into contention for the domestic games. Maresca must leverage the unfortunate circumstances of the next league match. Malo Gusto is suspended for the Sunderland game. This makes him the ideal choice to start at right back and play significant minutes, allowing Reece James, who is vital domestically, to be either rested or used sparingly off the bench. We maintain quality while being smart about player availability. And of course, there is Jorrel Hato. As the press conference revealed, the Dutch press is fixated on the defender facing his former side so soon after his move. Hato is a significant talent, versatile on the left side. While he initially struggled with the physical intensity of English football, the fact that Maresca explicitly mentioned him as a potential left-sided centre-back or full-back who can join the midfield shows high tactical trust. I believe Maresca will want him on the pitch. I foresee Marc Guiu starting for stability, but Hato will be introduced in the second half. Putting all this tactical and injury information together, here is the final, most robust lineup Maresca should deploy to ensure a comprehensive victory and intelligent player management. Goalkeeper, Robert Sanchez. Sanchez is the undisputed #1 goalkeeper and provides experience in goal for the Champions League. His distribution is crucial for Maresca's build-up play from the back. Maintaining consistency in this position is essential, especially when rotating other defensive players. Defense, Gusto, Josh Achempong, Dawson, Cucurella. This grouping is based entirely on injury management and domestic suspension constraints. Malo Gusto is an essential pick at right back as he will be suspended for the upcoming Premier League match against Sunderland. Playing him here ensures he maintains match rhythm while Reece James gets a full rest, minimizing the risk of a relapse into injury. Josh Achempong and Dawson form the central partnership to ensure we keep the main centre-backs, like Chalobah, fresh. Dawson's return to the starting 11 after injury provides the stability of an experienced defender, while Achempong gets another valuable opportunity to gain European experience alongside him. Marc Guiu starts at left back to guarantee defensive solidity and an established connection with the left-sided winger. However, he is the designated player to make way for Jorrel Hato in the second half, allowing the young defender his emotional reunion against his former club while gaining vital minutes. Midfield, Caicedo, Lavia, Enzo Fernandez. This is a crucial area for rhythm building and match fitness management. Moises Caicedo starts to anchor the midfield. His defensive work rate and passing range are non-negotiable for Maresca's possession-based game. Enzo Fernandez, he is the team's primary creative catalyst, responsible for carrying the ball forward and linking the deep midfield to the attack. His leadership is also paramount in the Champions League. Romeo Lavia comes into the starting lineup alongside Caicedo and Enzo, primarily to significantly boost his match fitness. This is a targeted decision to get Lavia 90 minutes of crucial action in a game where Chelsea is expected to dominate possession, preparing him for heavier minutes in the Premier League rotation. Wingers, Estevao William and Pedro Neto. This selection prioritizes direct threats and rotational necessity. Estevao William on the right wing provides electric pace and trickery. He is given the start to exploit the likely spaces left by Ajax's attacking fullbacks, which aligns perfectly with the tactical plan of attacking the wide areas. Pedro Neto is brought in to start on the left, to ensure the left flank maintains a direct, high-quality attacking threat. While rest is important, the need for his experience and final product against a vulnerable side outweighs the need for full rest, and he can be substituted early if the lead is comfortable. Striker, Marc Guiu. Marc Guiu is the only fit striker available due to João Pedro's suspension. His selection is an absolute necessity. It is a huge opportunity for the young forward to demonstrate his unrelenting press and goal-scoring instincts against an unsettled defense. He must be relied upon to provide the continuous running and hold-up play required to lead the line for 90 minutes. This lineup gives us control, extreme pace on the wings, and crucial rest for key players like Neto and James, while integrating Lavia and Hato. This game is non-negotiable. Ajax is in a state of chaos, and we are at Stamford Bridge. We must match the intensity of the Champions League goal fest we saw yesterday. The result has to be convincing. I am sticking with the prediction that reflects the state of both clubs and the current European climate. Chelsea 4, Ajax 0. Do you agree with the rotation? Is this the right time to start Guiu? Let me know your thoughts, predictions, and ideal lineups down in the comments section. Make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications because our post-match review will be explosive. Until then, take care